Multi-billionaire Donald Trump talks a lot about his business successes, but he's had more than a few failures over the years as well. Here's a look at some of the missteps he's made in his long career. Number 1. Trump Airlines. In 1988, Trump took out a $245 million loan to purchase the planes and routes of Eastern Air Shuttle. He slapped a Trump decal and some gold bathroom fixtures on the commuter planes that flew between New York, Boston and Washington, D.C., but customers weren't charmed. 2 years after he launched Trump Shuttle, the airline wasn't making enough money to even cover the $1 million monthly interest payment on his loan. Trump ultimately defaulted, surrendering ownership of the airline to his creditors. Number 2. Trump, the Game. In 1988, Trump teamed up with Milton Bradley to create Trump, the Game. Despite its flashy TV ad, the game sold only 800,000 copies, less than half the 2 million units the company expected to move. When it was discontinued in 1990, Trump chalked the game's dismal sales up to the fact that it might have been too complicated. The failure apparently didn't deter Hasbro from releasing a rebranded version of the game in 2004 to capitalize on Trump's Apprentice-related popularity. Trump said he expected the Hasbro version of his game to sell more copies than the original, but it too quickly went out of circulation. Number 3. Trump Casinos. Trump has filed for bankruptcy on his Atlantic City properties alone 3 times. First was the Trump Taj Mahal in 1991, which was $3 billion in debt after just 1 year in operation. He was back in bankruptcy court in 2004, and not just for the Trump Taj Mahal but for the Trump Marina and Trump Plaza casinos, which along with the Riverboat Casino in Indiana had a debt burden of some $1.8 billion. After the bankruptcy, Trump Hotels and Casino Resorts reorganized as Trump Entertainment Resorts Incorporated. 4 years later, Trump Entertainment Resorts missed an interest payment on a $53.1 million bond, the company declared bankruptcy, and this time Trump stepped down as its chairman. Number 4. Trump Magazine. Trump launched his eponymous magazine in late 2007, reinventing a publication that had previously been called Trump Style and Trump World. His idea was to cash in on the booming advertising market for yachts and other high-end commodities. The timing, of course, couldn't have been worse for a magazine, particularly one dependent on luxury advertising. It didn't survive the financial crisis, folding by 2009. Number 5. Trump Steaks. When Trump filed for bankruptcy on his Atlantic City properties for the second of 3 times, court records showed he owed the Georgia company Buckhead Beef some $715,240. 2 years later, in 2007, Trump struck a deal to sell Buckhead Beef through the futuristic gadget store The Sharper Image. CEO Jerry Levin would later tell Think Progress it was a bad business idea. Number 6. Trump's travel site. Like many of his business ventures, GoTrump.com was a gaudier version of an existing product, the travel booking website Travelocity. In this case, it launched in 2006 to low expectations. Henry Hartevelt of Forrester Research told The Washington Post it was a vanity site that wouldn't make much money. He was right, it folded in 2007. Trump never gave up the URL, though. Today it directs back to his campaign website. Number 7. Trump's Comms Company. Trump registered a trademark for Trumpnet under the category of corporate telephone communication services in 1990. Whatever it was going to be, it never got off the ground. The trademark was abandoned in 1992. Number 8. Trump Tower Tampa. The 52-story Trump Tower in Tampa wasn't conceived of or proposed or drafted up by Donald Trump. He just sold the use of his name to developers of the $300 million condo project for a cool $2 million. They, in turn, collected down payments from individual buyers drawn in by the Trump mystique. After the project went belly up in 2008, buyers sued Trump for misleading them. He eventually settled, in some cases for as little as $11,115, with plaintiffs who had lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Number 9. Trump University. Also known as the Trump Entrepreneur Initiative, Trump University was a series of wealth-building seminars for which students paid as much as $34,995 for mentorships that would supposedly get them access to Trump's secrets of success. Instead of the hand-picked instructors Trump promised, the seminars were delivered by motivational speakers, often without degrees, and sometimes with criminal records. According to his FEC filings, Trump brought in $11,819 from the Trump Entrepreneur Initiative last year. He's now the subject of 2 class action lawsuits in California related to Trump University, and a third suit, for $40 million, brought by New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman. Number 10. Trump Vodka. Trump Vodka, Success Distilled, to quote its press materials, appeared in 2006. The liquor flopped, maybe in part because of Trump's reputation as a teetotaler didn't inspire a lot of confidence in his taste in hard alcohol. The trademark was abandoned in 2008, and the liquor was out of circulation by 2011. Though he has a long list of failures, to date Donald Trump has a net worth of over $3 billion, making him one of the richest men alive. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.